Welcome to the Dysfunction Junkies podcast. We may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrissy and Carrie.
Hello, junkies. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Chrissy.
Alrighty, we got a good one today. At least I think we do. I know Chrissy does. She's been excited about this one. We actually tried to record this and had some technical difficulties, and Chrissy's, no, I want to do this show. So I think we got everything fixed. So here we go. Chrissy, go.
I'll try and harness the energy I had from last time. So we're going to talk about dysfunctional dating as far as everybody's had the cringe dates, right? I know I had a few, even though I know I've been with my man for a really long time. But there was a period that I still dated while I was finishing up high school and early into college. So you didn't have a lot to offer me on this.
I know.
Feed.
My dating was a little bit different, but I'll find something to add into the story, I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But before you get started, did you and I ever have any dysfunctional dates?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, just making sure.
Now, wait.
I think there's a lot about us that is dysfunctional, but we're not going to talk. That's not this show. That might probably never be any show. Thank you very much. Because there's only so much I need to discuss about me. I tell everybody enough. What were you going to say?
I was
Carrie?
going to say, now, wait a minute. If we're just going to talk about going on dates that are dysfunctional, I'm sure that Jim and I have plenty of those experiences, but I know what you're alluding to. Dates gone bad.
Yeah. Like
Dates
the
that didn't
first time
amount
you
to a
ever...
relationship.
Then there was very good reason as to why they did not.
Yeah.
So, let's see. They start out with the dating thing. From what I remember, because now we're talking, this has to be about 6 years ago. How long have we been out of school? 37 years probably now.
Oh, nice.
So we're talking 36, 37 years.
Are you going from high school or from college?
I dated, and some of these are from high school, and a little bit early on in college, but I was just finishing up my freshman year in college when I met Nick, so there wasn't a whole lot of time for...
July of 91. We've been together since July of 91.
Yeah, but the awkwardness of going out on a first date, what am I going to wear? Where are we going to go?
Yeah.
What do I do if he tries to, especially when you're 16 or 17, is he going to try and hold my hand? Is he going to try and kiss me? Blah, blah, blah. What do we do?
Yeah.
So there's that whole thing. You remember all that, right?
Yes, a lot. Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. So I have some funny stories about some real awkward crap that happened to me, and it basically sealed the fate of any future dates with any of these people. One was I went out with this one guy. He was a cousin to one of our alumnus.
Oh.
He went to an opposing school of ours.
Opposing Catholic or opposing... Not, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he was a super nice guy, but what are you laughing
Nick in the background.
Because I know the story. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
know the story.
I'll turn my mic down and tell the story.
This one was a double whammy, actually.
Oh, no.
Super nice guy. Nice looking, very nice kid. But I remember when he kissed me goodbye, he bit my mouth.
Like on purpose? Like a little love nibble?
No. No.
Oh.
I hope not. But it was enough to make me say, I don't think I can do this. And the first kiss is a pretty big impression. And when you get bit, it's like, the other thing is that when we went back to my house after we had gone out for dinner, we would generally retire to the living room and watch television.
Really?
Usually I park my...
Chrissy watching television?
Yeah, that's what we do. And so we were there, and I sat down in front of the TV ready to watch with him, and I couldn't find him. I didn't know where he was, and I turned around, and he was ominously standing in the corner.
What?
And But he wasn't with his face in the corner, so it wasn't like a Blair Witch thing where the guy's standing towards the corner with his back to you.
He wasn't in
facing
timeout.
me.
He didn't put himself in timeout.
I don't know. But of course you have to ask, what are you doing in the corner?
Oh, no.
You had some gas. So how do you recover from that?
So he wasn't in timeout. He was
Where's
in
the
blowout.
restroom? He just didn't go the.
I don't know why he didn't just ask to use the restroom.
Atlanta.
And then why would I have wanted to sit next to him after?
Did you show him the door after that?
I don't think we made too long after that for the rest of the evening. I was pretty much done.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, it's terrible.
That's
I feel
priceless.
horrible.
What?
It's,
He was the one that was farty McFartson in the corner.
yeah, he was. I just feel horrible, but it's so funny. How many people can say that has happened?
Oh my God.
It was like a first date too. It wasn't even like
And how
where you
old
start
were
to
you
be a
guys?
little comfortable. I was probably 16 or 17.
Okay, wait. But he actually admitted to you that he had a fart. Or did you figure this out because of the
No,
aromatherapy?
this was the other. He did not even hide it. That was the other thing that totally blew my mind. He like totally said, "Oh, I had a little gas. I didn't want to be over there."
I want to know where this guy is today.
I don't
I
know.
want
I
to know
never
if
looked
he's
him
ever gotten
up.
it. Oh.
I'm sure he's been married. I'm sure he was not a dumb kid. He was a smart, because I never would date anybody stupid. I couldn't handle a stupid man. Can you imagine a poor guy who's not real bright with me? I'd flip a wall. He'd be done. You have to be able to navigate this whole mess. And it just would be too easy for me to totally take control if you aren't right on your game or anything. So yeah, getting bit on my lip and
So
the
this was
corner
the
and-
same one. The lip biter is Farty
It
McFartson.
was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The other thing too I remember about him, speaking of, because he was really smart, but I think it was more book smart type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember on our way to my house in the car, before any of the other two events occurred, I was talking about something pretty simplistic. And for some reason, I have a feeling it had something to do with telephones. And remember, this is before
Yeah.
cell phones.
Yeah. This was
So
back in the.
it was not complicated.
Right.
This is landlines and the most. No, we had push buttons by then.
Oh.
It wasn't the was
It wasn't
equally.
rotary, okay.
We were done with that. But we had co-waiting. Remember
Oh,
co-waiting?
yeah.
I was talking about something in regards. I just remember him saying, "I really don't know anything about that," and that's like the worst thing you could ever say to me. Don't ever tell me that you don't really know anything about that. You know how we talked about people who are one-uppers?
Yeah.
This is like somebody who's like a one-nothinger. Like you have to at least have something to contribute. Lie. Do something. As soon as I find out you don't know anything about something, I'm like, you're not going to be helpful to me in the future. You have to be able to know something about everything. Or you have to be able to lie that you know something about everything. You think on your feet, man. You gotta keep going.
Oh, that's hysterical.
So long. It just didn't work out.
See,
So much done.
I think this is what my problem is, because I have found this out a lot. That people, how do I want to word this? There's many times in my life where I have found out that a person liked me, wanted to date me, wanted to ask me out, but they were too intimidated by me, or they thought I was out of their league, or whatever the excuses were. So they never got to that point. And so I think by the time I was somehow self-eliminating people before I got to the point of dating to eliminate people. Like it was happening before the date. So by the time I actually started dating somebody, it was like already, it became serious, or I married them 3 times.
Oh.
But so
Well, what do you mean? Like, they actually would tell you, oh, I
Yeah.
wanted what? This was after, like, you were already married now?
Like, for instance, I remember, like, it started in 8th grade, like, when we had our 8th grade graduation. Like, I was not the popular kid in class. I hung out with like I told before, the girls that were like my good friends, they were the popular girls. I was their sidekick. But I wasn't, they weren't hanging out because of me. They were hanging out because of the other person or whatever. Not popular. And so, anyways, 8th grade graduation, 2 different boys came up to me and said, because they were going to a different school, and they were like, I always liked you. I never got the nerve up to ask you out on a date, or we would have roller skating parties or whatever. Or they'd be like, that's a dance or whatever. No, I just, yeah, I was too embarrassed. I was too shy, whatever. And in 8th grade, I was like, okay, because you're just starting to dabble in the liking boys. But then in high school, same kind of thing at the end of graduation. Like, what is it about graduation day with these guys? They all of a sudden have this like moment and whatever. They get balls to be able to talk to you, and they didn't talk to you for 4 years. So anyways, like, I had 2 different guys come up to me at graduation. Now, mind you, I was with somebody, but they came up.
Yeah,
and
you were very much
I
with
was
somebody.
very much with somebody. In fact, I think I was already engaged by senior year, wasn't I?
Probably.
Yeah. So
Pretty
anyways,
close, yeah.
So anyways, but I had 2 different guys separately throughout that last week of school or graduation that was like, I always wanted to ask you out. I just think you're really cool. But I felt like you were out of my league. You were too smart. You were too whatever. I was too intimidated. Whatever. And I'm like, if you would have asked me out, I would have totally went out with you. And in hindsight, I'm like, oh, that might have changed my life. But anyway.
When we finish today,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to need to ask who these people were. We can't say now.
I know, but
unless
the
you think
sad
we
part
can.
is, I don't know if I remember.
You don't remember? Do I have to need to go? You get our
I have to get the
yearbook,
yearbook.
and then like show.
Yeah,
Oh my
because I can
gosh.
see their faces, and so I could see. Yeah, but the one kid especially, I was like, "Dude, you were really cool. I really liked you. I would have went out with you."
Man, you're making me sad.
So, anyways, I think that's why I didn't have as many dating experiences, because I was somehow self-eliminating people before they even got to fart in a corner on a date with me.
Yeah, no, what you're
I
missing,
know.
man. It's the hottest ever. It is nice. So let me think now. That was exciting. I do remember going out. This is another alumni of ours who was dating someone, and they had a twin, believe it or not.
Okay.
And so she decided to hook me up with her boyfriend's twin.
Okay.
And I remember we went to Chi-Chi's.
Oh, the best. Uh-huh.
And I just met this guy. We sit down at the table. We get our drinks. Then he's like staring at me or whatever. Maybe because he doesn't know what to say. I don't know what the hell's going on. And then he proceeds to tell me, this comes out of nowhere, that I have the sexiest lips he's ever seen.
Ooh.
And I spit my drink everywhere. Probably hit him, his brother, our fellow alumni. And I started laughing because it struck me as so funny, because I'm like, dude, what?
Aww.
Yeah. And then I just remember getting phone calls, and I was like telling my mom, no, I don't know why, but that just totally, it would just seem weird to me.
Yeah.
Because we just met.
Yeah.
And already, I guess I shouldn't have been affected by a compliment, but
Yeah.
tell me I look nice, or I really like your choice in outfit this evening, or your hair looks really good. I don't know why the lips thing just totally threw me.
He had a fetish. That was
That's what maybe I was worried about.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You
Think
plus
about
you were,
that.
was this after you were bitten on the lip by the other guy? You might have been having some PTSD, thinking, "Oh my God, it's another biter."
It might. You know what? It was after that, I'm pretty sure. And yeah. Wow. I don't mess with my mouth, dude.
Maybe your lips were swollen. You had a little from the bite. You
Oh.
looked like the collagen.
No, this was way past that.
Yeah, dating, the
And
whole dating thing, I don't know. I really did skate through it pretty easy as far as not having to date much. I really did. And Jim always says, because Jim's older than me and he's had health issues over the years. So he's always, I'm going to probably die before you. And if I
oh
die,
my
oh yeah, I
gosh.
know it's really morbid. I get on him for saying it all the time, but he'll always say, if something happens to me, you got to get back out there. You're too young. You need to get out there. And I'm like, no, done, done. Not doing this again. Thank you very much, but no. And part of it is because, oh my God, the thought of going out there and dating nowadays, especially, oh, like it was hard enough back in the day. I can't imagine. No,
It's a totally different game.
and I don't want to play
I
it.
don't think I would be able to manage it. If I'm offended by people farting in the corner and biting my mouth, I would imagine things they do now are just totally crazy. And the social media thing is just too scary.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't have that.
Oh my God.
I know that they probably hear it. I know there's a ton of Gen Xers out there on social media that talk about how wonderful we
Yeah.
had it. And we did.
I just.
I hate to agree with that, but we
You know,
did.
Yeah, and with all the TV that we have nowadays, like all of these true crime, and we call it murder porn because whether it's like these, what is it, Snapped, the Snap shows, the crime shows, the Jeffrey Dahmer movies and everything, it's just, no, the world's too dangerous. No, I don't want to be. Yeah, and especially with the online dating. Now, I've known many people that have very successfully done the online dating with the apps and everything. And God bless them because they found some great guys. But my luck, I'd be either catfished or I'd be the one that would be next on America's Missing whatever Dateline. Yeah. So,
Okay, I hate to admit when I don't know something, but what is catfish?
what?
I gotta fake my way through it. Oh, yeah. God, catfish. How awful. What is that? What are you talking about?
You've not heard of catfishing? Okay.
I think I've heard of it. I don't know. Do
So-
you know what it is? Oh, okay.
It's-
We both are ignorant to it. You didn't
What?
lose any points with me.
I
Now,
know
thank God
something
you didn't know anything.
that Chrissy and DJ Nick
Well, of course,
don't
you know. I'm sure you know a lot of things that we don't know.
Right.
No,
I'm gonna
this
try
is your
to
time
find-
to shine on this one.
I'm gonna try to find. I'm Geminiing that what is. And okay, so basically, it's like when somebody pretends to be something that they're not. And no, I don't want to know about the catfish. I want to know catfish people. Let's try that.
They're not being honest.
Yeah, so you hear all the time about these people that will find somebody online, and here it is. Okay. Catfishing
yeah, I found it
refers
too.
to the creation of a fictitious online persona or fake identity with the intent of deception, usually to dissuade a victim into an online romantic relationship, financial fraud. Perpetrators, usually referred to as catfish, generally use fake photos, lie about their personal lives, their financial status, and yeah, so they're usually out to get something. They're whether to defraud you, to murder you. But yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, so that's what I mean. So.
There's another reason why I
A
just
total
don't want to ever
dysfunction of
have
dating.
the internet is a lovely, wonderful place, and then they've got that kind of stuff, which is awful. We learned something today.
Yeah. So I will say that I do remember one guy that really wanted to date me, but he was a total like stranger danger, gave me the creeps kind of thing. And it was when I worked at a veterinary clinic and he was a client. And so I couldn't get away from him kind of a thing. But he would always come in and he'd ask, and I just was like, oh, I'm in school, or oh, I'm busy. I couldn't figure. And so finally, I just was like, I don't know what made me finally give in. I guess I thought if I give him my number and I reject him at where I work, maybe he'll take it seriously. And that didn't work. Because then he kept calling.
Right.
But this was back in the time of home phone numbers and landlines. And luckily, I was still living at home at the time. And so finally I had my mom tell him to stop calling me.
Thank God moms do that. Thanks, moms.
I know, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mama. Because I couldn't get him to stop.
So this was somebody where you worked.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I worked for a little while before I met Nick. Because I didn't work in high school.
Right.
But I did work after I graduated.
You did
and
the bridal registry with the gun.
No, that wasn't my first. That was after Nick and I were married already.
Okay.
I worked for a company that, if you're from where we're from, I'm not going to say the name of the company. It's gone. I'll just say it. I worked for a distributor who supplied this company, but the guy who owned this company also owned the big-time discount drugstore type thing that was big in our area.
Okay.
In the late 80s and early 90s. And I worked at the distributing company.
I remember.
And there was a guy, he was a computer guy, back when the computers were still very mysterious. And we didn't even have a computer. Yeah, and he was mainly managing the computer for a few people, but I'm sure it was a big deal. I went out with him a few times, but he was quite older than me, and that made me uncomfortable because of the age difference.
Yeah.
Because I was only like 18 and he was like 26 or something. So it doesn't sound like anything now when I'm sitting here at 53, but back then what? You're going to say something. Oh, okay, he's not going to say anything. But weird things to date. Like, friends, obviously, I had some friends who try to hook me up with people.
Yeah.
And what's weird about dating? What's some dysfunctional dates that maybe get set up on? What would be weird to do as far as a date goes?
Yeah.
Would you date? Go ahead. Are you going to say something?
Well, no, I just was going to say, like, I was reading on the internet the other day about this guy who actually dated his daughter's friend. But I guess I would say, so flip that. So would you ever date, like, your father's friend or something like that? Oh.
That's gross.
That's gross.
No, ew. No. That's way too close.
It's like dating your dad, isn't it?
Yeah. That's daddy issues.
A little
there.
bit. How does that friend talk to their buddies?
Yeah. Ew.
What do buddies do? They talk about the girls they're dating and what they're doing with their girlfriends. It's just got way too many layers.
I can't believe a dad would let their friend date their daughter. No. That's a.
I guess it depends on what they think of their daughter. I don't know. What do I know?
Oh, this is true. True.
There were plenty of movies in the 80s about those weird storylines where the mother dated. Well, yeah. That just takes a really dark turn.
That's what I'm saying. But you hear about that is, oh, no, gross, no. Date the milkmans.
Or the mailman.
Right. The milkman, the mailman, whatever. The pool guy.
Them pool guys. So, yeah. I don't know where to go with it. You have lots of friends.
Yeah.
And you've gone a lot of places.
Yeah.
Have you seen any weird things? People dating that don't look like they belong together, but maybe they do get along. Opposites attract, right?
Yeah. I don't mind the age difference. The age difference doesn't quite bother me. But when it's the guy, I have less. I know this is probably people are going to probably get mad about this. I have no problem with older ladies dating younger guys, like the cougar thing. But I'm more judgmental the other way. And I guess because.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't mind there being an age difference, but when you see the really old guy with the really young girl, there's so much that goes through my head. I'm like, first of all, is it daddy issues, or is that just one really smart chick she's got a financial game plan if the guy is well off. But on the guy's end of it, I'm like, why are you doing that? I don't know.
I've never seen,
but at the same time,
like a big age difference thing.
But at the same time, I shouldn't judge like that, because at the same time, there's other people that I know that have a really big age difference and you wouldn't even realize it. I guess I'm thinking more like the I guess this is what I'm thinking more like the Hugh Hefner in the barely 18-year-old bunny, like that kind of thing. The 90-something-year-old guy with the 20-something-year-old girl.
Who did live in Las Vegas, so I'm guessing that you see
I saw that
out there.
So that's what I mean by, but just the other age differences, I don't care. But
I don't really see.
Yeah.
I have never really firsthand seen that either way.
Oh.
Are you looking at me like you know we haven't really seen that kind of an age?
And
at
here's
all.
the other thing.
So
I think I dug a hole. Anyway.
Just say it. Do it. What did you just say?
I said I think I dug a hole.
Oh, I thought you said something about a whore.
No. I said I think I dug a hole. It's also one thing when a couple has a really big age difference, but they've been together for a while, so that if they grow different, they grow older, so it may look worse as they get older because of the age difference, but it wasn't that bad 20 years ago because I've just set up.
No, I guess I get what you're saying. So maybe when they first started dating, the age difference wasn't that dramatic.
Noticeable or whatever, yeah. But then after they're together 20 or 30 years, then it looks worse. But they've been together forever, and it's not. But again, I think when I talk about the age difference thing, I have a problem when it's like they just met and the guy's 90 and the girl's 18 or 20. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, you're either really smart or the guy's either really gross to do that. So the girl's really smart. And
the guy, if he's older, chances of him farting in the corner are higher, I think. Although my date was pretty young.
Okay,
so,
but see, right then
I don't
and there,
know.
there's an etiquette about it all. It's like, just don't do it. Now, I know some girls don't care. They don't care. And they'll be like, fart in the corner. Hell, I'll fart right with you. That's not me. I'm not that girl. So I'm sure the fart in the corner guy could probably find a girl that won't care if he farts. She'll appreciate that. Hey, thanks for going to the corner and not farting under the covers on me. But, yeah.
Well,
there's somebody for
maybe
everybody.
if I was like older when that happened, like in my 40s or 50s, I'd be like, okay, that's cool, because I wouldn't want to be dealing with that. And we're older, and I get it. But when you're 16 or 17, you're not mature enough.
That's
to
just
manage
immaturity.
That.
That kid needs to, he needed to age a little bit. Yeah.
I know you laughed at that kid at Chi-Chi's one day, but you really do have sexy lips.
Aww.
I do not by today's standards. They're not there. I don't have that. And I don't know how to outline my lips to even pretend I have.
God, I don't even know. This is interesting. Yeah.
We want to know about, I don't know.
I want to know.
These are just a few of mine. Yes. You didn't chime in at all, Nick. You don't want to talk about.
He's pleading the
fifth. Age differences. I did go on one date with.
My
friend's aunt.
He did.
Did you just name the person? You just said your friend.
No.
I had a friend's aunt.
Oh, a friend's aunt. I thought you said your friend Ann. And I'm like, what?
This is before Chrissy and I, obviously, but I just remember when I told Chrissy about it. She was like, what?
Yeah.
So I think she was fresh off a divorce, I think, and I was probably more than anything just something for her ego, but we didn't even kiss or anything, so I didn't think it was a real date, to be quite honest with you. I went and, I don't even remember where we went, but we went and just hung out. Nothing happened though, not even.
So she friend zoned you?
What's that?
Friend zone, is that a thing?
Well, I gotta Gemini that because I don't know what that means.
Oh my
friend
God.
zone?
You guys, like a friend, like
you gotta remember, Carrie. We've been we've been out of the game for
I've been out of the game
35
too.
years.
The Friends, like,
Well,
it's
you
on
would-
TV.
Okay.
You watch TV and movies and stuff, and you don't know what the friend zone is. Like when a guy really likes a girl, but she doesn't have those same feelings back, and they're like, no, I just want to be friends. And so you got friend zone.
No, it was weird. I don't even know how to describe it. I guess it was technically a date, but we only went once, and it was just like, nah.
Yeah.
I was probably thinking she was too old for me, so at the time, because I was probably 18, 19.
He was.
I have one real
He
quick
probably
story.
was hoping, like, for a Mrs. Robinson moment then, or something like that, because she was older, you were
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah, I
You
think
weren't
that way,
picking
though.
up what she was laying down there. Uh-huh.
No, really.
Do you
I
know
just-
the reference
I
of the
think I-
Mrs. Robinson?
Oh, I know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no.
from The Graduate.
I
Oh, my
did
God.
see
Who are
it.
you talking to?
But when you guys talked about earlier, like, I know there was like girls that wouldn't go out with me. I was a good student in high school, but it always, you're too smart, and then you're too nice was one that I got one time.
You
Yeah.
don't
Yes.
fart in the corner.
Fart in the corner, you don't bite
And you don't
lips.
bite anyone's lip.
Yeah.
I have a story about my interaction with one of Nick's exes that happened over the last few years, probably.
Oh.
We ran into a girl that he used to date, and we were just standing around awkwardly. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, we were probably in a group of 4 or 5 people, but it wasn't like she wasn't there with her spouse or anything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, she said, "Anybody here getting divorced?" She says, "I am." And I said nothing, and we went on our way. And then as soon as we were walking away, I said, "Don't think I didn't hear what she said." What the hell does that mean? Who the hell says that? Anybody here getting divorced? Raise your hand. I am.
Yeah, Chrissy.
She
always
wants to
thinks
get
all
a
my
junk
lick-
on who's coming up on the app dating
Well,
app.
I think Chrissy always thinks that all these old exes are going to come out of the woodwork and want me, and that was. In fact, that's the reason. You notice our Facebook is a shared Facebook.
Yes.
Because she doesn't want me having my own Facebook because she thinks all my exes are going to friend me.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
So I will say one of the things.
Inse-
Yeah. See that is one thing with Jim and I. This is where I think both him and I being married twice before, we are not jealous at all. Okay. Like, our motto has been, it doesn't matter where you get your appetite as long as you eat at home. Okay. So I don't care.
Wait a minute, what the hell's that
But
mean?
what that means is, if you see a beautiful woman walking down past and he double checks her, I don't care. Look, she's gorgeous. Yeah, look at it. Trust me, if there's a gorgeous guy, look at him. I might even look at the gorgeous girl too. But what I'm saying is, it's okay. It's whatever. I'm not going to get jealous because you side-eyed a good-looking girl or whatever. Just don't step out. That's the thing. And so anyways, we don't get jealous. And if anything, we'll joke around about things. Like, I used to joke around about to him, like, I don't even know how it started, but we had this thing about his fictitious girlfriend was named Lolita. And I was like, oh, like, he'd be getting ready. I'm like, oh, you got a hot date with Lolita or something? And we'd joke about it. That lasted for about 15 years until one day we were at the checkout counter at Walmart, which I don't shop at there anymore because I can't stand them. But there was a time where I did. Anyways, and it just so happened that there was this poor little old lady working at the checkouts. And she had a rough life, you could tell. And her name was Lolita, and I about died. I was like, oh my God, your girlfriend's here. So we can't say Lolita anymore. His fantasy is ruined. But so,
Oh, no.
anyways, but speaking of ex-girlfriends, so Jim and I had just started moving. We had just moved in together. I don't know. We had been together like 7 months or something. And actually, no, it was longer than that. It was a year. Okay. We had been together for a year. And it was his birthday, and the phone rings, and I answer the phone, again, landline phone in the house, and it was this girl, and she was asking for him. Here it was his ex-girlfriend that he had broken up with 2 years before we met. For whatever reason, she was on a rebound or something, and she thought she was going to tap that with him. And so she reached out to him to wish him happy birthday and, I don't know, try to get a booty call or something. And I answered the phone, and he answered, and he was like, hello. Okay, thank you. No, I'm with somebody from now. You can just disregard this phone number. And he hung up on her.
Oh my gosh.
But I did not get jealous about
desperation
that.
of
But I was
women.
just like, wow, that was ballsy of that girl. I'm sorry. If I would have called some ex and a girl answered, I would just hung up. I wouldn't have kept talking. I wouldn't have asked for him. I wouldn't have just hung up. But
Are you looking at me because you want me to say something about a similar situation? I don't really want to talk about it. When we first started dating, when we were over at his house sitting, and his sisters were there and stuff, we were just watching TV, and his phone rang, and it was for him. And here he had been dating some girl who I think lived in his neighborhood, but they were not together anymore. But I think she had been drinking, and she was feeling bad that they weren't still together. And so I could hear him like mumbling uncomfortably on the phone. And I think that she wanted him back. I've never forgotten that. Never. And I won't.
Oh, my land.
So that's that.
For all
Yeah.
of you that are dating out there, you have our love and support. God bless you. Good
You
luck
do.
to you.
Yes. Now for all the terms Carrie brought up.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
catfishing and
Yes.
other
Stay
stuff.
safe. Always let somebody know who you're with, where you're going, how you put your phone on the tracker thing so your friends can track you. That way, in case you did accidentally go down a bad path with somebody that catfished you or whatever, they can find your body. But no. So anyways, but we want to know your dating malfunctions, dysfunctions, crazy stories. So please check out our
Yes.
Facebook page, Dysfunction Junkies, or you can go to our website. You can shoot us a message. You can email us at dysfunctionjunkiespodcast.com. Now, on a completely different note, this is the month of April. And in April, we are supporting for our Junkies Care initiative autism. So, Chrissy, tell us about the organization we're supporting this month.
We are supporting the Autism Society of Akron.
Yes.
And lots of information there if anybody needs it. If you're not in the Akron area, that's just one that's over here by where I live. It services my area plus many other areas. But a lot of places have their own autism society. And if you need any information, if you want to help, if you want to do anything, please reach out to those organizations. They're always ready to give you anything that you might need, support. They offer a lot of programs, information about programs. So yes, it's a wonderful organization.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We can't wait to read your dating stories. But otherwise, we'll see you
Yes.
next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.